Hello everyone, my name is Chris and welcome to my all unique energy weapons guide for Fallout 4. This guide will showcase and explain how to get each unique energy weapon in Fallout 4. Unlike previous installments of Fallout, the unique weapons of Fallout 4 really have a unique look or effect to them, and players can find legendary weapons with the same effect to that of the unique weapon. I will also compare the stats between the unique weapon and its common counterpart. However, all the stats differences are from the gun mods that the unique weapon comes equipped with as standard. Despite this, there is only one of these unique weapons and each weapon has its own unique name and are still worth collecting. As always, there are timestamps in the description if you wish to skip to a particular weapon, but without further ado, let's get into the video. First up is the Alien Blaster Pistol. This weapon is its own unique weapon and can only spawn after triggering the UFO crash site random encounter. This encounter can only be triggered once the player reaches level 20. Once the encounter has been triggered, head to Vault 81. Head north from Vault 81 through some burning trees and follow an alien blood trail into a cave. Inside will be an alien, you will need to kill him to loot the weapon. The Alien Blaster has a damage of 50, an accuracy of 79 and comes at a cost of 20 AP. However, despite being a pistol and an energy weapon, the Alien Blaster does not benefit from any perks, including any silence weapons perks, as the game treats the blaster as if it's silenced. Next up is the Cryolator. This weapon is its own unique weapon and can be found at Vault 111. The player will encounter this weapon at the start of the game but will be unable to acquire it. Before you collect this weapon, you will need to be able to pick at least master level locks. Head into Vault 111 and make your way into the Overseer's office. Turn left behind the desk and enter a security section. Pick the lock on the Cryolator case and loot the weapon.
Yes.
The Cryolator deals 20 points of damage and has the unique ability to freeze enemies solid, stopping them from attacking completely. Despite this, some enemies may take longer to freeze and others may be immune to it altogether. If upgrading this weapon, the mods for the Cryolator do not need any ranks of the gun nut or science perks. Next up is Experiment 18A. This weapon is a plasma rifle with the rapid legendary effect. This weapon can be found at the Institute. Head on over to the Synth Recreational Officer where it can be bought from him.
Hey there.
Requisition clearance granted. How may I help you?
Sure. Let's take a look.
Experiment 18A deals 48 damage and due to the legendary effect fires 25% faster than a standard plasma rifle and also reloads 15% faster. Due to the mods applied to the weapon, Experiment 18A has an increase in clip size from 30 to 36. Additionally, the fire rate has been increased from 33 to 136 as well as the range being increased from 119 to 203. This comes at the cost of the weapon weighing more from 3.9 to 6.6. Next up is Good Intentions. This weapon is a laser rifle with the enraging legendary effect. This weapon can be found at Quincy Ruins where Clint is in possession of the weapon. Head to the town and make your way up to the elevated freeway where Clint can be found. Kill him and loot the weapon from his corpse. Good Intentions deals 28 damage and due to the legendary effect can cause enemies to frenzy when they're hit. The weapon's damage has been increased from 24 to 28, however this comes at the cost of the weapon weighing more from 3.9 to 7.9. Next up is Lorenzo's Artifact. This weapon is actually a unique gamma gun mod, meaning you can take this mod and apply it to another legendary gamma gun. This weapon can only be obtained after completing the quest The Secret of Cabot House and siding with Jack by killing Lorenzo. Side with Jack and switch on all 4 switches to help him kill Lorenzo.
To manual override, and I can flood his cell with a lethal dose of zeta radiation.
Worm. Do you truly think you have the power to destroy me?
Goodbye, Father. Come back and see me at Cabot House in a week or so. All my research may not have been completely in vain.
After around a week has passed, when you return to Jack, he will give you Lorenzo's artifact as a reward.
It up to this old laser rifle. There's no way to control it without direct neural input. For better or worse, all of that was destroyed when my father died. But you still have a rather powerful directed force. Here, see what you think.
Unlike normal gamma guns, Lorenzo's artifact is able to potentially knock targets back due to the telekinesis-like effect from Lorenzo it has. Also, unlike normal gamma guns, Lorenzo's artifact, when dealing radiation damage, deals it as if it's pure damage instead of radiation poisoning. Although Lorenzo's artifact looks like it does lower damage because of its high area of effect and the fact it does not need to irradiate targets, it can actually be more powerful than a standard gamma gun. Lorenzo's artifact also has an increase in range from 119 to 203, but this comes at the cost of the weapon weighing more from 3 to 4.5. Next up is Old Faithful. This weapon is a laser pistol with the instigating legendary effect. This weapon can be bought from Arturo at Diamond City. Head to Diamond City and head to the market where Arturo can be found.
Sure. Don't forget to stock up on ammo. The future is here.
Old Faithful deals 24 damage and due to the legendary effect deals double damage if the target is at full health. The only difference between Old Faithful and a normal laser pistol is the legendary effect, all other stats are identical. Next up is the prototype UP-77 Limitless Potential. This weapon is a laser rifle with the never ending legendary effect. This weapon can be found at university points. Once here, edit the credit union from the back entrance to get behind the cashier's desk. Head into the vault and activate the switch in a locked safe. Head into the secret part of the vault where the weapon can be found on a table.
Bingo.
The weapon will spawn with varying mods depending on the player's level when found, and so the stats can vary quite a bit compared to a standard laser rifle. Due to the legendary effect on the weapon, the gun never needs to be reloaded, however still requires the player to have fusion cells in their inventory to fire the weapon. Next up is Righteous Authority. This weapon is a laser rifle and has the lucky legendary effect. Righteous Authority is given as a quest reward when completing the Brotherhood of Steel quest Call to Arms at the Cambridge police station. Speak to Paladin Dance and help him retrieve the deep range transmitter from ArcJet Systems.
The deep range transmitter. We infiltrate the facility, secure the transmitter, and bring it back here.
After acquiring the transmitter, Dance will give you the weapon as a reward.
I'd like to compensate you for your assistance during this operation. I think you'll find this weapon useful. It's my own personal modification of the standard Brotherhood laser rifle. May it serve you well in battle.
The weapon deals 26 damage and due to the legendary effect deals double damage upon a critical hit, as well as filling the AP meter 15% faster when in VATS. The weapon's range has been increased from 71 to 203, as well as its accuracy being increased from 71 to 76. This comes at the cost of a lower clip size from 30 to 27, as well as a higher weight from 3.9 to 5.5. Next up is the Sentinel's Plasmacaster. This weapon is a plasma rifle and has the instigating legendary effect. Sentinel's Plasmacaster can be bought from Proctor Tegan on the Pridwin after completing the quest A New Dawn and being promoted to the rank of Sentinel when siding with the Brotherhood of Steel. The weapon deals 24 normal and energy damage, and due to the legendary effect deals double damage if the target is at full health. The weapon's accuracy has been slightly increased from 142 to 148, however this comes at the cost of a higher weight from 3.9 to 4.8. Next up is Survivor's Special. This weapon is a laser rifle and has the bloodied legendary effect. Survivor's Special is given as a potential quest reward if you convince Paladin Brandis to return to the Brotherhood of Steel during the quest The Lost Patrol.
I can't. It's been too long. I wouldn't be of any use. Unless I go back, their sacrifices, everything we went through, it'll be forgotten. I can't let that happen. I'll do it. For them. All right, I'll get my things. Head to the airport. Thank you. Thank you for everything.
Once he is convinced, head to the Pridwin and speak to Brandis, where he will give you the weapon as a reward.
Listen, I didn't have a chance to thank you properly before. I want you to have my old gun. It kept me alive all those years. Maybe it can do the same for you.
The weapon deals 31 damage, and due to the legendary effect deals more damage the lower the player's health is. The mod of the weapon is also randomized based on the level of the player upon receiving the weapon. Next up is Virgil's rifle. This weapon is an Institute laser rifle and has the Mutant Slayer legendary effect. Virgil's rifle can only be obtained within the Rocky Cave. Head into the cave and head to Virgil. You can only obtain Virgil's rifle by either pickpocketing or killing Virgil and looting the weapon from his corpse. The weapon has a damage of 29 and due to the legendary effect deals 50% more damage to super mutants. The weapon's weight has been increased from 3.9 to 7.3. The final weapon is the Wazer Wifle. This weapon is a laser rifle and has the never-ending legendary effect. The Wazer Wifle can be obtained only if you have either sided with the Institute or decided to save Sean and send him to a settlement to save him before destroying the Institute. After either saving Sean or siding with the Institute, upon talking with Sean, he will ask the player for junk items which he will want to take apart. After completing 3 of these quests for Sean, he will give you the weapon.
Yep, got it right here.
Great, that's it. I'll try to make you something really good, okay? And look what I made earlier. It's for you.
The Wazer Wifle has a damage of 55 and due to the legendary effect on the weapon, the gun never needs to be reloaded, however still requires the player to have fusion cells in their inventory to fire the weapon. The weapon's weight has been increased from 3.9 to 6.3. And there we have all unique energy weapons within Fallout 4. I hope you found this video helpful, and as always, thank you for watching.